Hey, gang, it's Yergs. What's happening? Let me get rid of all that stuff covering my face right now. You go on Facebook, make sure you go to streamyard.com/Facebook and click grant permission so we can talk back to you. We know who it is. Uh, Checking this out, one of the other things we got to plug real quick, there's going to be a slight delay in that. That is yergs.com. Actually, you can see it up top there. Yergs.com is the website that we're working on. My developer had a family emergency over the weekend, and really good dude. We're definitely going to be taking care of him. And so as a result, there will be an unforeseen delay in um, the launch and the release of yergs.com. So there's that. You can still get us anywhere you want to be at Doggy Traders, at Up the Middle. Up the Middle, some of the social media is still developing, so bear with us there. Also, Talk TV 24, that on YouTube and Facebook, and you get the idea. It's everywhere. Um, as is Up the Middle, that's on YouTube as well. And what's awesome about Up the Middle is that we're also all over the place in the podcast world. We are now on 12 different podcast directories with another 14 or 15 more by the end of next week. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm on more directories than Howard Stern was on terrestrial stations when he was simulcasting. Anyway, that's what's happening there. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining. Today, yeah, I'm thinking about what we're going to talk about for today's episode. And I go, there's just so much shit. And you know me, I'm going to do research. I'm going to do citations. I'm going to do valuable information when, and by the way, we still have, both American flags. We still have both American flags and pride flag hanging back with the progress flag hanging behind us. Yeah, that's for Dan Bongino, who thinks he's only flying the whatever fucking goofball. Anyway, when I comment and when I retort stupid people like Bongino and like this Rappaport guy that's out now, I thought I kind of liked him, and then he starts getting on um, the senator from Pennsylvania that suffered a stroke and survived and is actually doing well. Um, so and is actually kicking ass already in his first couple of months, unlike people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert who haven't done anything in years. So, although I need to talk about something that's still going to be inspiring, still going to be, let's take today positive. And so I'm going to talk about a subject we actually opened this series of episodes with, this podcast with, when we did a tribute to my late Mastiff, Moby. I don't know if I have any more of, I don't think I have any more overlays with him, other than you saw him on the thumbnail for the show, which started today's. For those of you watching, I mean, if you're on the audio version, you're kind of screwed. But yeah, so today we're going to talk about dogs, and what inspired me for that was a good family friend just announced the passing of his son's dog, Cliff, Big Cliff, as in like Clifford the Red Dog, I guess. And of course, as you know, back in May, we had the passing of Moby after 12 years and 13 days. I saw also today another friend is searching for an at home euthanasia veterinarian. That is how I put down Anton, my Rottweiler, coming up on 12 years ago. So, yeah, I think so many people discount the love, affection, and loyalty of a dog. And it's their loss, over, this Trump versus Biden bullshit. I recently lost some actual family members as friends on Facebook that, what it is, if at this point you still can't spell Google, I can't help you. You know that. But Matrix, I slept in bed today until almost noon on a day where last night I told my son, we're getting up and we're getting shit done before you go to work or you ain't going to work. And there I am sleeping until noon, not because I could, not because I wanted to, but because I just couldn't let go of that dog. We got up at about 5 o'clock, and I could have very easily stayed up and made coffee and got some shit done on my own. But no, instead, Matrix and I crawled back into bed, and yeah, that was probably some of the just, he's an amazing puppy. He's a 7-year-old puppy, and he cuddles up to dad, and he doesn't care, what I say on podcasts or who I vote for. He just knows that we just got back from a walk. Before I came on to record this or go live today, we just got back from a walk. So anyway, I'm going to tell you some dog stories. I want to hear about yours. Reach out to me at where's it at? Where's it at? Yeah, there we go. We got the new email up again, yergs@yergs.com for the website that's coming. Hang in there. Like I said, my buddy that's doing the website for me has a family emergency that he's dealing with this week. So yeah, it's coming. But you'll be able to either find us wherever you're at as far as your favorite podcasts, or just watch from the website or listen from the website. So upcoming guests. This is awesome. Riley Gaines is someone that I found out about. I read about her, and then I also saw her on either like LinkedIn or maybe YouTube, one of the sites that I'm constantly trolling. She is a biologically born and bred and raised female collegiate swimmer who spent a portion of her career swimming against a trans male to female swimmer. Now, check out the flag. You know that I'm gay, and you know that that progress portion also represents the trans community, which I support. But when I heard her story, I'm like, this ain't right. And so I just got off the phone with her agent, and we're in the process of scheduling an interview. Since having discovered her information, Riley's info, I also saw that some of the teammates of Leah Thomas, this male to female transgender swimmer, have also started to speak out against, how the university quieted, shut them up and kept them quiet and put them into a background. And now that they don't have the university over their head anymore, they can speak more freely. So Riley Gaines, we're working on that, getting a schedule together and what her schedule's like, and we look forward to her in the next couple of months. Will Grant, also model. That's how I found him, because he's fucking hot. Also a BMX champion, professional racer, and now an eco farmer. Talked to him earlier today. We're going to be scheduling an interview as well. Just, not everything we do here is politics. And, some of it's just cool shit in life, and, how you and other people can improve the lives of others. And so, yeah, we're going to be talking to Will. I'm actually going to be buying some of his shit. He's got an amazing line of clothing and yoga mats. I'm trying to get back into yoga, now that my son and I are still at the gym. And yeah, so yoga mats with his company logo. Proud to support that. Also, Aroma by Peter. And as always, I'm going to try. Last week, I didn't grab it because it's getting down. Oh, it's really down. Peter, need a refill, buddy. This is going to be the last episode of this one. That is the salted caramel. If you go to aromabypeter.com/yergs, you can see some amazing stuff that he's got. And yeah, definitely. I got them all over the house now. I mean, the other candles, truth be told, are not his. They're just what I had before he became a sponsor of the show. But set up so you can see me on camera here. Yeah, they're not his, but they will be soon enough. And just the one here in the studio is, and it's an amazing odor. I love it, and definitely I'm looking forward to getting some more. So, all right, let's get into this. Let's talk about puppies. Oh my God, the things I've done for my own dogs. I've talked about my successes in day trading and crypto investing. If it would not have been for me doing that, they wouldn't. The two dogs that I've had most recently wouldn't be around. Um, Moby had, oh, I forget what surgery he needed, but he got life saving surgery. In addition to having been um, worked on after we were both attacked by a pit bull in 2016. Because the next day I was supposed to leave and go with Hillary Clinton for a month. But my first dog was Raquel. I had her when I was living at home with mom and dad while I was in high school and college. Um, the summer between my second and third year of college, my parents' house caught fire. And get rid of something there. There we go. My parents' house caught fire. And we got out on the front porch, did a head count. We were all there but Raquel. And I went back into a burning building after that dog. She was like my little sister. And that's how I think a lot of people, look at dogs. Um, some don't, and that's kind of the point of today's show, is that they really are family. Um, I never put it up. Let me else here. The more I learn about people, the more like my dog. That's something that Mark Twain once said. Yeah, yeah. I mean, when you do a show that's predominantly about politics, yeah, I start liking dogs a lot. But yeah, we went back into a burning building after Raquel and rescued her and got her out okay. Sadly, my last memory of her was the vet leading her through steel doors when she was to be put down. And I kind of vowed to myself that I was never going to let another dog leave this world alone like that. And so Anton came along in 2005. And for a gay guy like me, that dog was a dude magnet. I met some hot guys. Um, met some really hot dudes from that. Anton was a Rottweiler, 110-pound Rottweiler. He was definitely a dude magnet for Daddy Ross. Traveled, I got him when I was still in San Francisco. He crossed the country with me once, came to DC. Prevented me from getting mugged while I was in DC. I know that without going too far into that story. I mean, guy that's already 6'1", 200 plus pounds. You better know what you're doing. But then he's also standing there with a Rottweiler, so he was a big help. He left us in 2011. Cancer at 6.5 years old. Earlier that year, I'd already acquired Moby. Moby was a friend's dog that I wasn't supposed to keep, and my friend couldn't keep him either. And so yeah, he foster daddy just became daddy, and I loved him right away. He looks like a baby deer as a baby when he was a baby, but his nickname was eventually Big Dog. I always wanted him to meet what's the guy from the WWE? Roman Reigns. Big Dog from from the Shield and the WWE, and now he's the head of the table or whatever the motif is going on now. I wanted to tell the Shield, this is what a real bodyguard looks like, and let Roman and Moby play a little bit before he left us. But we were both attacked in January of 2016 by a pit bull, and this bull had Moby by the head. And I put my hand in this pit bull's mouth, get him to let go of Moby. And of course, I guess human hands don't taste that great, so he spits me out and tries to go back on the Moby. And I was all chewed up to a point where I had gone into shock when everybody else got this dog away, and Moby, with his whole head chewed up, um, stood guard over me. And when the vet, or rather when the medics got there, he knew they were there to help me, and so he was okay with that. Neighbors went and got my now ex, who I was living with at the time, and got him and said, "Hey, you need to come get your dog." And he and another friend got Moby to the vet to get worked on, while the ambulance took me to a hospital because I was pretty chewed up also. And then obviously ultimately became a great big brother to Matrix, who is the fourth dog that inspired the Doggy Traders. Matesy was born in 2016. Is the nickname Daddy's Little Shit, because he is. He's a little shit. He's an awesome little shit. He's my baby, and even though he's 7 years old, he's always going to be my baby. So, yeah, Moby crossed the country with me twice, as has Matrix. After Anton passed away, some years later, I took a transfer from DC to LA, as most of you know. They went out to LA with me, lived with me for 3 years out there, and upon retirement, came here to Florida. And Moby, we were not able to put down at home. We couldn't find a doctor that could do that in time. He just was suffering too much. So he was put down in the van that he crossed the country with me. And when I told this on my first episode, so I'm going to get all teared up again, but when they gave him the tranquilizer and he started falling asleep, as in like actually sleeping, he put his head on my lap and I just started snoring. That was Thursday morning, May 4th. And that was probably the first time that week that I really saw him sleeping comfortably. And I knew that I was right. It was the right decision. 12 years and 13 days. It was time. Matrix, has had a life, 7 years full of health issues, and wasn't expected to live past 90 days. And here he is at 7 years and 2 months. Actually today. So April, May, June. Yeah, he's 7 years and 2 months today. So, and these stories are not to all discount my son, Zach, my human son, Zach. He's amazing, smart young man, responsible young man, holding down a job. We'll be looking for another one because his whole team has left the restaurant at Burger King where he works, and he's not going to be going it alone too much longer, but has to find something because he just bought a car. But yeah, so not to discount Zach at all, but feel free. There's my at the bottom, scrolling across the bottom, Yergz. YERGZ at yergz.com. Remember, the site is still up and coming. There'll be a slight delay in that my developer has a family emergency that he's dealing with this week. So, yeah, it's coming. It'll be there. There's a nice placeholder there. In the meantime, you can still follow us through anywhere you want to be, especially YouTube, Facebook. And like I said earlier, we're on 12 different podcast directories right now, with that about to double in the next week and a half. So you'll be able to find us somewhere. And I've tested this on all of them. It works. All those directories, all you need to do is search Yergz and you'll find the directory. YERGZ. You see it on the screen. Otherwise, listen, YERGZ. And yeah, also don't forget aromabypeter.com/Yergz and get your candles. They smell amazing. I can't wait to get another one. I think this one's actually out. Yeah, we're done. It's out. So Peter, more candles, brother. Anyway, that's it. That's all for today. And we'll see you again next week. Keep looking out for Will Grant and Riley Gaines. They'll be joining us in the next couple of months. Till then, keep talking. It's Yergz. We'll see you again.